Hi everybody, Zach here for another episode of our flagship program, The Spideydude Experience. This episode is brought to you by our loyal patrons over at patreon.com/Spideydude Network. Pledge today and get both early access to content on the main channel, as well as entirely exclusive content, like brand new shows and commentaries for old Spidey stuff, including commentaries for the MTV series, for example, as well as the video editions for Voices from the Eyrie Gargoyles Podcast. And our Patreon first show focused on the Krakoan era of X-Men. We also want to encourage you to check out our other programs that are all available on Audio Edition. These are all over on Spideydude.com, and they're available on your favorite podcasting app. Shows like Clone Saga Chronicles, the show that started this entire network, Spectacular Radio, Spectacular Sal Buscema era podcast, Amazing Spider-Man Classics, the Slot Symposium, and the sister program on this channel, Make Mine Mayday. As always, be sure to hit the like button. It really does help us big time in the algorithm. And additionally, if you have topics you'd like to cover on a live show or in a recorded medium, make sure to leave a comment down below the description or shoot us an email at SpideyDudeRadioNetwork@gmail.com. Finally, make sure to join our community. Be alerted to all new updates by hitting that subscribe button and clicking on the bell. But to be clear, your viewership is more than enough for us. And if you want to hang out with us off YouTube, you can always go to our Discord, where we have all sorts of fun stuff, or you can join us on our social medias and follow us there. All the links are down in the description below. As always, we want to be making some references to visual aids and or live comments. If you're an audio listener, pay that no mind, but leave that 5-star review for us. Any and all feedback we will read on future episodes. Thank you, and without further ado, let's get rolling with this episode of the Spideydude Experience. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Spideydude Experience. Ho, 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 it is Christmas time. And as apropos, we have a very Christmas themed episode. As always, in the spirit of the holidays, I am joined by my Ebenezer Scrooge, Neil. Hello, Neil.
I have a better background.
No. That's not Christmassy enough.
Yeah, but it looks cool.
I know. Next up, we have Adam. Hello, Adam. Welcome back.
Hello, Zach.
And finally, she's also dressed up in the festive gear because it is Christmas, damn it.
It is Christmas. I'm so yeah.
Yeah. Adam's wearing, for audio listeners, Adam is wearing a Spider-Man sweater, and
yep.
Ashley is wearing a elf sweater, and I am wearing a sweater that says "Merry Christmas, you filthy animal." So,
and I am, of course, I'm wearing an Under Armour dry fit.
Yeah.
Get out.
Hence why I called you Ebenezer Scrooge, sir.
Okay.
Bah humbug.
I'm not even doing bad. I'm just chilling.
Oh, why did I do Twitch? I meant to do Twitter. Oh well.
You don't want to. Okay, Zach. Let's be honest. It's only fans and robots.
Listen. It's fine, but I like seeing higher numbers than what we have right now.
Make big number go up. Make big number go bigger. That's that's Zach's entire worldview.
All right.
We love numbers, folks.
We love the numbers. The numbers need to be bigger.
Big numbers, baby. Big numbers. Please don't develop a gambling addiction like Zach.
Hey, I don't have a gambling addiction.
That would be me.
With these numbers, we might as well.
So we are now on Twitter. I switched it. Sorry, TS Chap. Okay, so I love Ashley's buddy the elf. That's cute. So all right.
I love him so much.
Oh shit! There's alcohol.
I don't think any of us.
Hide it. Is he in here? Wait.
Yeah, he's in here.
He's not.
He is. He's in the Twitch chat.
Oh.
He was
called Fireball Neil.
No, look. So, like I say, we were going to talk a little bit and make kind of dunk on the fact that Kraven the Hunter came out last weekend, and the reviews are it's mid, and
less than mid.
the Rotten Tomatoes score is not quite as bad as Morbius or Madam Web, so it does have that going for it.
But its box office number is lower.
Yeah, the box office is no bueno. So boxofficemojo.com, as I pull it up.
You have a 4.5 million domestic opening. I think that was the number. Or is that what you projected?
Yeah, it was. Okay, so the opening was 11 million for the weekend. The Friday opening was $4 million. It did actually have a good day today, or yesterday, Tuesday. It was opening on 4,000 screens, but then it opened only on 3,200.
Oh my god, it's only grossed 28 million worldwide. Oh my god.
Yeah. That's just the domestic numbers, and yeah. It is a absolute dismal performance. Especially, well, I know
get better numbers than this.
Well, I mean, you've got like Sonic the Hedgehog comes out this weekend.
Oh, that looks good. I'm gonna go see that.
And then you've got your standard Christmas Day releases. But which I think Sonic will probably do really well.
Well, for a Paramount movie, I don't think it's going to do really great because Paramount's been kind of bad with the marketing. Because Transformers 1 had bad marketing. Sonic 3's had better marketing, but it's still like in that realm of like we could be doing better. But like Paramount's just as desperate for cash as Sony is, and desperation leads to.
Now there is some filthy rumors on the internet that Sony may be selling back the Spider-Man rights. I think that's wishful thinking. I'll believe it when I see it. I would like for it to happen. If they do make the sale, that means Disney would own everything. No, it does not mean we're going to get a spectacular Spider-Man season 3, so shut up about it.
We still have the Hulk rights in limbo, right? Don't we?
Not
like the entire rights, but like the feature film rights. That's why Hulk is allowed to show up.
That one is the weirdest of all of them all, because I don't know how they have not reverted back yet. Because they can do Red Hulk, but they can't do. And Hulk can be like a supporting character, but he can't have his own film, which is kind of bizarre. And that would be if that happens, if Sony sells everything back, movie wise, then it will be definitely the only one would be Hulk. So, which also makes me wonder if then Disney doesn't try to come in and try to buy out Universal's Islands of Adventure, and they can finally put a Marvel land in Disney World. So
Kelly's more of the Imagineer amongst us, so she might be able to provide more insight on that.
Yeah, I think there's like a lease that goes like 50 or something years. So Kelly would know more about that than I would. But anyway, back to the rest of this episode. Today we're going to be covering the 12th issue of Ultimate Spider-Man, which takes place in December, and we're gonna have some fun with it.
We did get announcements a couple days ago for the new Ultimate releases coming in March.
Oh yeah, we did. We are going to have our artist change again. Trujillo is going to be taking a month off
again for
so.
Messina to take over again. I don't know why they keep calling him special guest artist, because at this point he's basically the second artist on the book.
Yeah, he's he's the backup. Like the Namor rights were up in the air, but I think they got settled before
Black Panther.
Yeah. So,
I think Twitch would be better for views. Just saying, Zach.
We always had no views when we were on Twitch. That's why I stopped putting it on Twitch.
Yeah, but we're getting authentic views on Twitch, not fake views on Twitter. I know Big Number Go Bigger is our.
I know. We'll figure it out. It's our last stream of the year. Might as well just go from there. So
yeah.
now, technically, it's not our last episode we're going to be releasing. The Slot Symposium is going to come out on the 30th, but this will be the last live stream we do for the year, and not necessarily the last video because I'm working on some videos that are action figure related. So, yay!
Woo.
So, Ashley, you have an Advent Marvel Lego calendar. Is that what you have?
Oh, my Spider-Man one. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. I thought that was cute.
I
Apparently,
usually do the Star Wars ones, but this one was super cute this year.
yeah. I then sang "Mommy Kissing Santa Claus" as Venom, which was probably horrifying,
Mm-hmm.
and scarred some children for life. It's fine.
It was a pretty cool. It was a pretty cool Miles figure.
It was.
Yeah. So if you have not picked that up, it's probably still available in stores right now. We just gotta, guys. Christmas is a week from today.
It doesn't feel like
That's
it.
true.
It does not
Coming
feel
up
like.
so quick.
Yeah, because it's 63 and raining in Texas. It's not. There's no cold at all.
Okay,
Yeah.
rub that in because it's just been raining and cold as heck here. And then
I
we do
want
have
cold.
some-
I will. I know I'm going to regret it in 2 days when I go to Charlotte to visit my dad and stepmom, and it's going to be fucking frozen over like hell.
Yeah.
But
Then he's gonna be.
I
bitching.
welcome the change of pace because all I've gotten is Texas weather for the last year.
I mean, I was talking to my dad. I was going through my Snapchat memories, and I was like, 4 years ago, I was back in my
During the big freeze.
No, this was around this time 4 years ago when it actually snowed up back where I'm from, and so I was like, "Oh, the weather outside is frightful," and I was having fun with it. So yeah, it was. Okay. So yeah, it's not cold enough. It's that high humidity chilly lately, but it's not been like cold. It's there's a front supposed to move in tonight, I think. So it's supposed to be a little chillier.
What's it like over there, Adam?
It's very dry over here, which I don't like, the dryness.
Has it been warm though?
It was pretty sunny today, but it's cooling off.
It's like 75.
Well, yeah, it was like, let's see, it said it was 77 was the high today.
No.
It's going to be dropping over the next week.
So for our Canadian friends, Fahrenheit to Celsius, that would be 25 degrees Fahrenheit Celsius. I have to do that now for our friend Josh because he has no idea what we're saying. His poor girlfriend had to review Venom, or both Venom and Kraven the Hunter.
Oh,
I felt
God.
bad.
I just realized he's almost within driving distance of Walter.
Oh no.
Yeah.
He's gonna deliver that package that he sent me just for you.
Beep, 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 boop, beep, beep. Hey, Dad, I'm canceling. Why? Oh, some guy who follows me on YouTube lives right next to where you do, and I don't want to go there anymore.
It's going to be a Christmas Eve surprise.
It's gonna be like Walter is freaking Griswold's cousin.
Yes.
Shows up
Yeah.
in his damn RV. You're like,
Merry,
no. And he's like,
Merry
"What
Christmas,
are you?"
motherfucker. Put on the costume.
Do it now. Oh God, I just got a message. It's my buddy Levi sending me probably a freaking meme. Because that's what I do with my best friends. I don't see them anymore, so we just send each other memes.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
No,
That
not what
sounds-
you said. What Walter sent.
No. I saw what Walter sent, and that sounds like a threat, Walter.
It sounds like he's going to dress like Santa and come down the chimney of your family's house.
just went up my nose. Oh. Oh.
Bye, Zach.
We're ending the episode early tonight.
Now I'm red and green. My face is red.
And blue.
Oh, here you go, guys. Merry Christmas. We're 15 minutes, and let's do the recap. Perspective. Nope. Look at Neil. He's at 360p.
No, I'm at like 72.
You almost got me. Zach, thanks.
You're welcome, dear. It's all love.
I fixed it. Okay.
Okay. All right. Now
let's do the recap. Okay.
All I'm saying is I need an apology. I was a Venom truther day one. Venom.
Sorry,
like we all kind of were, weren't we? Like,
no,
we thought that the AI would kind of
do the thing.
Yeah.
I think I was closer than others because I wasn't a Venom guy. But
Get off my coffee table. The hell you thinking?
He's thinking that's his Christmas wish.
Uh-huh. Jackass.
All right.
Let me go
Let's get
move
into
a
it.
box so he has a while you're doing the recap.
All right. Ultimate Spider-Man number 12. Hickman, Chichetto, Wilson. Let's go. All right. It's December. It means Christmas at the Parker house. Uncle Ben brings his boyfriend to Christmas. Why does Uncle Ben keep bringing his boyfriend to all their family gatherings? This isn't okay. Anyways, Richard invites them in and welcomes them to the Parker family.
He knows he got
Basically, and Anna is there. And then, damn, Gail Watson looks like that? 10 out of 10 baddie? Oh my god.
He's a
and then Richard talks about grandma, and it's like, damn! MJ's mom looks like that? 10 out of 10 grandma? Damn! Anyways, what's the kid's name?
May, yes. The one that she's always been named other than even Annie. Her middle name is May. Okay, go.
MJ gives May her phone. Hey, go play Fortnite or something on my phone. It's the Maker's Universe. I don't know what kids play. What do they play? Clash of Clans? I don't know.
She said the thing. She said, "Can I play games on your phone?"
You guys have phone. You guys all have phones, right?
Yes, we have phones, and Ashley and I have children, and yes, that is a common thing. With our children.
I was making. Do you think? Okay, so anyways, MJ gives May her phone to go play Diablo Immortal, and MJ and her mom are having a tit for tat about living life and everything, and Jonah's like, "Hey, that's pretty hot. I'm gonna go say hi." So you'll notice going through the book that Peter doesn't talk at all. This is important, I promise. So while May is playing, I don't know, what is that? It's like the version of Candy Crush with animals. Yeah. I don't know. She's playing the games that like a 60-year-old mom has on her phone, so that makes sense, I guess.
Which also explains her face, which I will pull up.
She has the games that like my mom has on her phone, which I guess makes sense because MJ's a mom and everything. So Gail comes over. Damn, I can't get over how good she looks. God damn, it's like, well, this is I guess
I'm about to spray you with a freaking.
We saw the picture. We saw the preview. We saw the preview of MJ's mom for the preview. And I should have thought, and this, I guess this is the equivalent of thinking, wow, Jack Quaid is super good looking. What do you mean Meg Ryan and Dennis Quaid are hot? Really? So anyways, Gwen's trying to call, and MJ's like, go play over there. Go away, child. I'm talking to your sister. I'm talking to your aunt. And turns out, whoops, Gail got cheated on. I need to go comfort her, guys. I'll be back in a month.
God almighty.
Anyways, flirting between the old people. MJ's mom and Aunt Anna have they're going at each other. That sounded weird.
MJ's mom is super horny in this.
MJ's mom is both the cattiest and horniest woman in this book, and I respect that. MJ reflects on her experience to a very silent Peter. And then we get a bit more follow-up on Jonah and Richard's relationship that was first established in issue 8. And he's like, yeah, look at that book was pretty helpful, huh? And, things happen. But yeah, like I said, Gail kind of has to acknowledge defeat on her end because was it Douglas? Cheated on her.
Yeah.
And they finally make up, and Gail finally apologizes, and everything's, I guess, all's well that ends well. And Jonah's like, hey, which one does he think is hot? Anna? Does he think Aunt Anna's hot? Or is it, what's MJ's mom's name?
He thinks the mom is hot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jonah thinks the mom's hot.
What is her
correct.
name again? Like it's
Hang on, I'm going.
They don't say it in the book, right? But she has a name from
Madeline.
Madeline.
Yeah.
Okay. So Jonah says, hey, how do you feel about opening up our marriage? And everyone's and it ends on a splash page where everyone's celebrating. Peter's in the background because he's not really the main character of this issue. And we finally get a Hickman graphic page. Happiness is being surrounded by the people you love. We finally got a graphics page in our Hickman book, people. All is right in the world to cap out the year. So May goes, Jesus Christ, Mom, this is the third this is the third time Gwen has called. I don't know what this bitch wants from you. Just take the phone so I can keep playing Diablo Immortal. So MJ and Peter go into their bedroom to talk to Gwen, and Gwen's like, hey, so Harry didn't show up. He was supposed to be here 6 days ago. Shit's fucked up. Please help. And MJ goes to talk to Peter, and Peter's kind of looking at the window like he wants to jump out of it. And MJ touches him, and he got Thanos. He's turning into dust, but it's actually a bunch of black tendrils coming out of Peter. Looks like giving Peter's AI control of the orb was a bad idea. And he turns to MJ when she say something and says, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And then we get a second Hickman data page. Fear is that it can all be taken away. This is amazing. I'm so glad we finally have Hickman data pages in this book. And it cuts to the epilogue where Peter and Harry are, I guess, getting juiced up on Goblin Ecto Cooler by Craven in his BDSM dungeon to get loose into the wild for the night. Next time, the only Craven story anyone ever tells.
The most dangerous game shall be done with Craven the Hunter. Why is Ashley suddenly very dark?
I was busy.
Oh no.
I was busy.
Whoa! Okay. Grades.
Yeah.
First.
Neil, go first. What is your grade?
I give it an A+.
Ashley, what is your grade?
A+. Got my babies in it. All of them. All of them.
Adam, what is your grade?
I like it. I'll give it an A.
I will give it a. Do you give it a strong A though?
Yeah, probably, maybe.
There we go. We got a strong A from Adam. I will give it an A+. I really enjoyed it. I honestly, after the reveal, I had to go back and reread the issue and go, Peter never talks. Holy shit.
Oh shit.
He never talks. And I'm like, that was just a brilliant piece of storytelling. When when you legitimately fake out the entire readership, I'm like, okay. God damn it, Walter, I don't care right now.
No voicemails either of just evil, maniacal laughing.
He already
People
left.
plotting.
He's already left a voicemail. It's already happened.
Oh no. Nope.
Yep. Yep. Hello, guys. Oh, it's actually not that bad.
Go back to what you were saying, ADHD.
Thank you. The reveal that it's Peter, that's not Peter, but Peter was there in spirit.
It's the orb.
It's the orb. Everybody's been kind of calling this becoming Venom for a while, and not entirely wrong. So I am going to be interested, now that we've gotten a year in, if we're going to continue the monthly cycle where we're getting I'm assuming that we're going to pick up either very shortly after this, or, because it's a problem.
Big problem.
Which, again, I am interested to see what Hickman does with a Craven story, and how he's going to make it with a twist, because everything has been with a twist so far. I love MJ's family and the cattiness and the bitchiness and the Real Housewives of the Ultimate Universe vibes that I get from
the Real Housewives of Watson County. I don't know.
We're the Real Housewives of the Watson family. It's
relatable, to be honest, for a lot of people, and how family dynamics are, especially around the holidays and things like that. I think it's great.
Yeah, people just showing up unannounced.
Yeah.
Although it's kind of if Madeline,
the family members,
because Madeline is vibing hard on Ben and not even giving Jonah the time of day, and trying to help him get back on the horse like some freaking Black Widow. She's like, it's been a year, it's long enough. I'm ready to get. I don't know why she suddenly became from Jersey.
Where did they come from? Boston? I forgot.
Pittsburgh. Actually,
well, you're not that far off.
Ashley's like,
don't look at me.
Don't look at you. They come from Pittsburgh, Ashley.
They're Yinzers.
Yippers.
That didn't hurt as bad because it was water.
The Steelers.
One of my favorite NFL creators is from Pittsburgh, and when he goes full Yinzer, when they do something well, it makes me chuckle. So, anyway, Ashley, what are your thoughts on this issue?
Oh, I freaking loved it. Like I said, I like the dynamic of the family. I like the little plot twist that was in there, because I love Venom so fucking much. So yeah, I think Gail knew anyways that there was something off, because she mentioned it throughout the issue, that there was something different about Peter too. So
yeah, but that's more vibes than
yeah, but
I thought that was because she was she might have been talking about that right then, but I thought she was kind of talking about, I thought that was more about how, just how he's changed over this year, but I guess she hasn't actually been around at all, so maybe that wouldn't apply.
Well, they said since May was 2, so
yeah.
So it's been a long time. So
I think May is canonically 5 or 6 here, so
it's 7 or 8, I think.
Yeah, closer to Gabby's age, which makes it even more relatable. If I had better hair, I could cosplay Peter.
Does she play Diablo Immortal on your phone?
No, she likes to. There's a couple. She doesn't really play on my phone so much. She plays more on the on her iPad and on my iPad. She has these weird ass games that she likes to play, and then wants me to spend real money on fake shit. And I'm like, child, no,
rent.
Welcome to
Oh, I
having
know.
kids.
I know. It's welcome to the 21st century of having children.
Mhm.
So, but it's only
I do like how Gail keeps trying to compare herself to MJ, and MJ's like, "Shut the fuck up!"
Mhm.
Like she keeps trying to draw sympathy, and MJ's like, "You're not apologizing. Just apologize, woman. Jesus Christ, apologize to me, and we'll be okay."
Well, we have now 3 voicemails, 2 from Walter and 1 from Jeff.
Who?
So, Jeff, I don't know who Jeff is.
The land shark,
Not that
I
Jeff.
love him
Maybe.
so much.
the demon that I love with all my heart.
Yes.
the land shark that acts more like a dog, but he's a shark.
You explained the joke, but thank you.
You're welcome. That's what I do. And that's how I do it. Oh, I forgot to fix this. Hang on. Neil, what is your thoughts on the issue? You haven't given your overall thoughts yet.
I thought it was really good. Like every main character except for Harry and Gwen. Basically, expanding on the it's Jest who did the voicemail from the chat.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we'll definitely play that. It won't be maniacal laughter and Neil.
Vague threats.
Yeah, and Neil getting potentially kidnapped on Christmas.
Good. Like I said, good character work with MJ. We're finally getting some stuff with MJ that isn't like tied to the family stuff.
That is nice. Yeah. It's
basically just like a year in review for the.
It's character
ongoing
development.
stuff.
The issue essentially, like we're kind of we're getting payoff.
Things are happening.
Yeah,
and Uncle
things are
Ben
happening.
lived the year, okay?
I gotta be honest. I
Well-
wasn't really seeing that coming, so you got me, Ash.
Yeah, I should have thought about that. I should listen to like the first episode and look what our predictions were.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do that before we when we get to the next episode. So like next Ultimate episode, I'll listen to like what we thought about the first year. So yeah. So yeah, we've got a couple of voicemails. Adam, what is your thoughts on the issue overall?
Well, I would say my main, I don't know if it's a con or if it's a nitpick or what, but like I do wish there was maybe a little Spidey in here, more so than we've gotten, but I do enjoy all the character interactions and the family drama and the holiday backdrop, so it's a nice way to end the year of the book, and it also there's a lot to the setup at the end makes one look forward to the next couple issues. So that is nice. I'm now looking forward to the Kraven arc just to see, well, I think we're all looking forward to it, but just like how's that going to play out?
I'm really hoping that Kraven's Last Hunt parallels are just like marketing bluster and not just like.
I think it is. Like I mean, he's probably not,
gonna off himself at the end of the story.
Yeah. Well, maybe he will because he's like, oh, my honor has been tarnished.
He's like a fucking Klingon from Star Trek. Oh, my honor!
I blew it. I had one job and I blew it.
Maker, forgive me.
Forgive me, Maker, for I have sinned.
Forgive me, Maker, for I have reached out to Richards.
I would say the plot twist is a good one, and it's a nice cliffhanger. Like I said, it's setting up the next 2 issues pretty well, and makes you anticipate them more. I was kind of, because this issue got leaked a couple days ago, so I was behaving myself, but I did see a little thing that said something about the Venom stuff, and I figured, oh, does that mean the AI? There's some AI shenanigans, but I started thinking, it went in a different way than I thought it was going to go, because I honestly thought that maybe like it was going to be Peter in a jam and he maybe told the AI to stand in for him, and that maybe even MJ knew about it, but that did not happen. So that's cool.
What I'm wondering is
I do wonder how long. I guess it's been 6 days.
Are we losing?
I think we lost Adam. What I'm wondering is why Orb Peter stayed silent the whole issue. I know it was like for narrative reasons, but like the orb is capable of like advanced thought. It's pretty much sentient.
Yeah.
Oh, so I'm
I don't know what happened. Anyway, what was I saying? I was saying that I thought I do wonder how long. I guess they've been gone for maybe about 6 days or so. And I know some people, I saw a comment saying like this might have happened like right after the end of issue 11, which I think that's too, if we're in, if this is like if this is taking place around mid-December or, Christmas, very close to Christmas, like, as it just came out in the real world, I feel like they haven't been gone for half a month. So
I don't know. Part of me wonders if like when Harry went missing in the last issue and like Gwen just isn't very good at keeping track of where her husband is. Like he's like a dog. He's like a dog who got let off his leash and ran away one day. And
Harry
then, like,
did
Gwen
have
just
something
forgot
to tell
find him.
Peter, right?
My assumption is that Craven got him when he got into the poorly traced Hummer EV at the end of the last issue.
I just feel like that too much time has passed though. Like depending on when that issue takes place in November and when this issue takes place in December, that could be like 2 or 3 weeks. It just seems too long.
What I'm loving is that we are debating the timeline because we actually give a shit, and which is nice. It fills me with Christmas joy to give a shit about comics. Can't always say that about another book, but
real quick to Exiles, that Gwen says she hasn't been able to contact Harry for only 6 days. I think maybe Craven could just have their phones be texting, like that issue of Spencer's run, Spencer's Cap run, where he puts on the party hat and says, "Oh no, what will I do with all these cake and presents and tea?" to lure out Kobik from his Cap run.
I don't remember that, but
you don't remember that? That was like one of the best parts of Spencer's Cap run.
I didn't read Spencer's Cap run, so I can't comment on it. So I'm just gonna.
Well, you got me there.
Yeah, you are the expert on certain things, and while you are doing that, I'm going to be getting the voicemail set up. So y'all just y'all hang tight. All right, but anyway, if you want to leave a voicemail, you can always leave us a voicemail at 818-925-6631. That is the voicemail line.
Also, I do really like that we followed up on Richard and Jonah's little thing going on. That was nice.
Yeah, I mean that could have been.
That could have been. Yeah, I appreciate getting more follow up on it.
All right. Gotta force quit the freaking application because Walter decided to leave 2 freaking voicemails. I'm trying to string.
We're indulging it right now.
We are indulging it, which is I'm partly at fault. Listen, I was begging for voicemails a long time ago, and the fact that we get voicemails on a semi-regular basis now.
You asked for this.
This is partially my fault.
You started this fight. Sorry, it's not going the way you wanted.
I can do this all day. Yeah. All right.
But actually, yeah. So, what do we think of the title as a whole 1 year in?
Pretty good.
It has been consistently excellent. I think
I
that's
think
great.
so, too.
That's a great question, Adam.
Well, I'm just reading our comments in the chat here. Someone, I think it was Jess, asked us.
Yeah, Ashley, you're the newer reader now. You've been doing this. Next month's going to be your year anniversary on the show. Congratulations! You made it through an entire year.
I don't know whether or
Did
not that's a threat or not.
Where's my cake? Since I'm supposed to make cakes and stuff now, you guys have to make me a cake.
When did we say
Do
you
not
would make
tempt
a
me
cake?
with a good time. I know where you live.
No,
What
no,
the fuck?
actually.
Don't say that on air. Holy shit.
I'm just joking. It's a joke.
This is how we get our video taken down.
Oh, well, we're friends. That's how I never mind. Okay.
Dude, the FBI is everywhere right now. You do not want to piss them off.
Please don't censor us, FBI. Please.
We're good boys.
We are good boys and
Girl.
Yeah.
What are they cooking?
I don't know. I was wondering the same thing because I really I'm a foodie, so
What is she cooking?
it's catered. That's all I know.
Does she
Yeah.
know?
Oh God.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
does she know?
Does anybody know?
There's
In the
wine,
comments?
and that's it. Dude, there's nothing for the kids here.
There's cookies,
Wait, does she get a cookie?
I think.
What do
No.
we think she's cooking, chat?
It's hors d'oeuvres of some kind.
Yeah, that's all it
I'm
says.
gonna be nice. I wish
They look like little quiches or something.
I'm gonna be nice. I wish you all Merry Christmas and a Happy. Oh, guys, it's your favorite call-in.
Okay. Is there more? Zach, you muted yourself.
He muted himself.
Oh, I
So
muted myself.
all we heard was "ooh, guys."
Oh,
It's me, your favorite caller again.
I didn't know you guys can hear that. Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So, me not knowing how the technology works. So, oh crap. I gotta plug my Mac in because it's dying.
Oh, you know what those might be? Is it scallops?
I don't know.
Mm.
They look like Reese's peanut butter cups.
I don't eat seafood, so I
I feel
don't
like
know.
they might be. I was thinking like quiches or something.
They
I'm
kinda
looking, I'm
look
looking up
Should be a
what
quiche, too.
what kind of food are
Hors d'oeuvre.
hors d'oeuvres. Yeah,
Oh, there's different
I
types.
completely. Appetizers versus hors d'oeuvres. Is there a difference? Let's see.
Not a big one, I don't think.
They're
Roughly,
just
okay, hang on. Is
smaller.
there a difference between hors d'oeuvres and appetizers? From Reddit. Roughly the same thing, but classically hors d'oeuvres are one-bite finger foods that precede a meal, while appetizers are meal starters like soups and salads and stuff. An appetizer is the first course of a meal, and hors d'oeuvres are the finger food you eat before the appetizer.
Mhm.
Also, is my grammar correct for the post?
What?
That's
Okay.
that's from the post.
Oh. Okay, Ron Burgundy.
What are your favorite hors d'oeuvres and nibbles to put out when having people over for dinner? Let's see. Hang on. All that being said, the single most important lesson I learned over the course of many years and many, many parties is humbling and inescapable fact. No matter what you serve, no matter how beautifully presented, strikingly garnished, exotic in flavor, or expensive, whatever one wants, what they will all be over like a swarm every time it's commercially made, freezer case sourced pigs and fucking blankets.
All right. We ready for the voicemail?
Oh,
God, I don't think so, but put it on
let's
anyways.
do it.
We can do it, guys. All right, here we go. Walter.
Hello, guys. It's your favorite call-in person. Walter, and here's my very special Christmas present for y'all. I wish you a Merry Christmas. I wish you a Merry Christmas. I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Neil will wear a dress at his parents' house. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. See you later.
Cheers to that.
You blame
I feel like I
me.
just got threatened.
Hang on. There's more. There's the second voicemail.
Oh my god.
You can blame Ashley for this one.
Oh no.
All right.
I'm going to be nice. I wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And hopefully 2025 will bring you nothing but success for the show and in your personal lives.
Oh, I thought he was talking to somebody else.
Very heartfelt thanks for putting up with my antics and my voicemails. So, enjoy your holidays and spending time with your family. And one last thing. See you real soon, Neil.
Dun dun dun. Call is coming from inside the house. Remember that, Neil.
Oh
Walter, please don't visit Neil unabated. Like, come on, man. That's weird. That's creepy.
no. It was so sweet too. Dang it, Walter. I was like, oh wow, that was really heartfelt.
And Neil, I'm coming for you.
Neil.
Stock up on weapons.
Booby trap your house.
Yeah, Neil's home aloneing the house this
Listen, you
year.
said you'd rock some shit. That you set yourself up for that. All right. Tevi is like, I love this book. He doesn't even care about our voicemails right now.
God,
All
he's
right.
lucky.
Okay, last one.
The last, I gotta download it. Hang on, let me download the last
This
one.
is the one I'm most excited for.
All right. Hi. Well, because you know why I said it was Jeff is because that's what the Google transcriber said. So that's my bad. All right. Open. All right.
Hi, this is Jeff. Yeah. Why do you guys think that just having a completely technological, hypothetical venom is something that's going to be divisive to the fandom, or is it just going to be something that might be an interesting twist? I know it was very divisive when the OG Ultimate had, just a science scoop venom that Eminem Eddie used. But yeah, I would love to hear your thoughts on it.
All right. That is our
Good question.
that is a very good question.
It'll be divisive just because it's not original Venom. But
it's not an alien.
yeah, it's not an alien. And I mean, if anything, I would say in some respects that science cure for cancer goop suit thing, that almost fits the Spider-Man world better than an alien does.
Okay, here's my hot take. The only reason the alien suit works is because it was introduced in Secret Wars, like the crossover where they all get sent to Battle
Yeah.
World. If it was like the meteor from Spider-Man 3, where it conveniently ends like 10 feet away from Peter and then crawls on the motorbike, it wouldn't work.
Which is
as
basically
well.
how they've done it. They did that.
The 90s show did
in the
it,
90s show did that. Yeah,
And it didn't really work there.
and
for
Spectacular
myriad
did it
reasons.
It
too.
didn't work there. Yeah,
For the
it-
90s show.
Yeah.
But more for the fact that like the plot
Well,
has him stumble across it
What
rather than
they
the later
did-
revelation. That
What they did with the 90s show and with Spec is they had it for the 90s show it was a John Jameson thing, right? Like he brought it
Yeah.
back.
The symbiote comes to him, kind of, not the other way around. I think that's the reason it doesn't work for me. It's fine, but I think Peter stumbling across it on Battle World and then realizing once he gets back, oops, guess I fucked up. It's an alien. Works a bit better just because it happened during like not a line-wide event, but like, the big crossover event where everyone gets trapped on this planet, and then Peter has to get his costume repaired.
It was truly the first Marvel event comic that had ever been attempted. So
and now we kind of have with the knowledge of Marvel just kind of cynically pumps out these events for money and to introduce a new costume and everything rather than for the art form itself.
8 Deaths of Spider-Man, anyone? Oh,
why do you sound like Linkara?
I do think that, well, the thing is the AI tech thing it's very relevant right now. So I think it works just for that. And I guess I'm just interested in seeing like how can we take this thing that was originally an alien and have it be the same thing but different and kind of integrate it into the world a little bit better without some kind of a crossover like Secret Wars. So I think it's a I don't know, I'm into it.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think that everything about this universe is taking everything that existed with 616, the main Marvel,
and twisting it a little bit
and putting a twist on it, which is very much in the spirit of Ultimate. So I know, like, there's going to be, you guys are right. I think there will be the Venom truthers out there that will be like, no, it should be an alien, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, and to be honest, we don't really know where Venom, or we're calling it Venom, but the orb, we don't know where exactly the orb came from. The only thing Tony the Teenage Terrorist knows is that his dad had it. And he was like, I should probably give this to somebody important. Let me give it to the first guy on the list. Of course, now that Tony is kind of dead, sort of, he's in the iron lung that FDR sat in for never. Okay, have you read Ultimates number 7? It looks like a polio iron lung. Look at it.
F you, Neil. F you, Neil. That's reserved for Zach, okay? You do that when he's drinking, not when I am. And I'm letting you guys talk about your things. And I'm going to hold one of my Venom babies and just be happy over here.
But my broader point is that right now we don't have an exact answer as to where the orb came from. The only lead we have is that Tony said, "Oh, my dad made it." But even though even he doesn't really understand it, so for all we know, it did come from space and it's just posing as like super serious tech.
Sure.
I don't think that's exactly how it's going to go because like you can't upload an AI into it and then it wouldn't behave exactly the same way. But the science. I'm sure we'll get a data page where Hickman explains like some techno babble gobbledygook about like, oh, it uses a hyperactive simulation crystal matrix to empower a sentient consciousness. I don't know. For all I know, it could be like the crystal gems from Steven Universe, lesbians from the future.
Sure, yeah.
Let's both.
But I don't know. It's weird. Every time they do a new universe, they kind of try and twist it up, the Venom origin. And I think, honestly, having it be like a technological alien would be kind of, not an alien, but like that's a thing Howard invented and doesn't really know what to do with it. Would at least be more interesting than like having to go with like 50,
son.
like 50 Senator Armstrong. That's Obadiah. But it's more interesting than like the 50 bajillion retcons.
Put it away, Zach. Put it away. Put it away, Zach.
That the symbiotes have gone through since they were introduced. Because we've had Planet of the Symbiotes, and then they kind of didn't do anything until like Symbiote Hunt with the Hellmark in Bunn's run, and then we had the Clintar retcon in Bendis's run, and then we had, it wasn't the Clintar Green Lanterns, it was actually Null all along, and then Null came, and then
Noel was coming for a long time.
Anyways, and now Ewing's doing this whole fucky wucky Garden of Eden thing that's retconning like, oh, there's been like multiple King in Blacks and they're all Eddies. The Venom lore is complicated beyond any measure of a reasonable doubt. So I wouldn't mind if it was just Howard made a ball out of like nanomachines from Metal Gear Solid Revengeance. And Tony just found them lying around and went, hey, I can give these to the first guy on my dad's list.
Well, and to kind of talk about it being a twist, remember, well, Ashley, I don't know if you know this, but like the original like suit, the original symbiote was a little sphere that just popped up on Battle World, so it's kind of very poetic. Yeah.
This Peter ponders his orb.
Yes.
In the main universe, he kind of just took the orb without question.
He kind of just touched it and was like, "Ooh, this is cool,"
and then never asked any questions until he never asked any questions until he found out it was an alien. He's like, "Oh, get this shit off, you!"
And then it was like,
"No, Peter, I want your soul."
What the fuck? What are you, Megatron?
Would be that's like.
No, Optimus!
Optimus Prime.
No, Optimus, remember the Geneva Conventions. Geneva Con must be stopped, Sentinel, no matter the cost.
And I want another year of this. Like,
yeah, you do.
I
Wait.
do.
Oh, I thought you were being sarcastic.
No.
Okay, Walter asks if your voice was Bane. No, this is Bane. Can anyone, who can be the CIA guy from Dark Knight Rises?
I was born in the darkness.
No, hang on.
You think it's your...
Or perhaps he's wondering why you'd shoot the man and throw him out of the plane.
You're a big guy.
For you.
Anyways,
bad for you.
I mean, the thing about Tom Hardy's Bane is that he was doing like a weird Sean Connery accent, which made
Bainham. Hey. Tevye has an interesting. I've seen it before. I've seen it kind of circulating around, but that this is the ultimate Venom from the original universe, and that Maker brought it over with him. When he jumped over in Ultimate Invasion #1, or he brought it over to 16. Was it? It's 1610 is the original Ultimate Universe, right?
Yes.
Yes,
you know what? I will take the Harley Quinn Bane. I will take that because it's just Tom Hardy but played up. I'll take it. That's
I'm
fine.
going to dedicate 2025 to leave a lot of voicemails just for Ashley. None in a non-creepy way.
I'm glad we specified that.
No, the creepy ones are only for you now.
This is true internet celebrity.
He's now your stalker. He's no longer mine.
Who says he, Neil?
The torch has been passed.
Shit, I wish I could get like cool torches past like Venom Blasts or Camo. No, I just get fucking internet celebrity stalkers.
Walter's a harmless little fuzzball.
He is.
So, okay. So, does anybody think you'll get anything Spider-Man related for Christmas?
No,
Perhaps.
my parents hate comic books.
Damn. Watch this.
Damn.
This is like the plot of Footloose or something. I don't know.
I gotta teach my stick in the mud folks the power of comics.
Yes.
Have him come on the podcast.
Oh, Jesus Christ! I don't want them to meet Walter.
Well, your stepmom and dad might. Please don't do that, Walter. Please, for me.
The good thing is he doesn't know where I'm going, so
He just know. I don't know, man. He can find people. Walter did find that one kid.
Do not leave them a voicemail. Holy shit! Please do not do that. I don't need them coming on here to know what I'm up to.
There is that heartwarming story of how we found a kid that had hacked the crawlspace message board using
That's not
micro.
wholesome.
Oh, it was
wholesome for Berryman.
and Brad. Brad was the good cop. Berryman was the bad cop. He was just
Yeah, but it wasn't wholesome for Brad. That was just like trying to figure things. Berryman's the one that got.
Yeah, that kid crapped his pants. You know, like in A Christmas Story, where Ralphie's bully, the mom calls Ralphie's mom, and then Ralphie's bully, you could just hear him getting his ass kicked by his mom. That's what I imagined happened after that. Because there's nothing that says Christmas like shooting your eye out with a Red Ryder BB gun. I hate that movie. Can I just say that? I know
It's okay.
Does. Everyone does.
My grandfather loved
because-
it.
Which
My
one?
grandfather loved it.
Christmas Story.
Like,
Whoop. Sorry, I was watching Iron Man blow up like 5 people with ion
Nice.
blast in Marvel Rivals.
yeah, you can't do that while we're live.
Maximum pulse.
But wait, did we all talk about what we think about the book 1 year in? I don't remember.
We like it. I think that's the
We
best way to
love
put
it.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do we have? We have.
I do
Midlife
wish
Cri-
I
Oh,
do
sorry.
wish there was more Spider-Man, just a little bit. I mean, I like the book, but I'm just saying, just a little bit. I think we're gonna get a little more Spidey stuff, cool Spidey stuff in year 2.
Ashley, as somebody that's a bit of a novice when it came to Spider-Man, you know all the main players and things like that.
Mhm.
You're more of the normie than the rest of us. Did this book feel like it was the most accessible way of getting into Spider-Man?
Oh yeah, and I've been literally sharing it with everybody that I'm friends with and stuff, and they've all ended up picking up the book. So,
Like, I love that we get MJ's family. Like, to me, that is such a we haven't seen Madeline since the 80s.
Sure.
The only one that didn't show up was Christy, her
Oh
cousin.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Gale, we haven't seen Gale since literally the turn of the century. So yeah. And I did star this earlier because Exiles made a great point. He said, can I just say how much that I love how MJ and Gale's lives are pretty much reverted entirely in this universe. And it seems like Hickman did his research and didn't just read a wiki page. And I completely agree with that. Because in the main Marvel universe, the conflict between MJ and Gale had gotten pregnant at like 19. And MJ's dad is a jackass. And so basically kicked Madeline and Gale and MJ out. That's why MJ ended up going and living with Aunt Anna in New York for a time, which is how she ended up meeting Peter and everything. So Gale's was pregnant with their second child, and Madeline dies, and Gale's just expecting MJ to, okay, you're just going to take over what mom's doing. And MJ's like, hell no, I have a life that I want to live. And, she's 15 years old and she freaking goes and lives with Anna. And then eventually we get introduced to her in, later on. But so to see that type of story where MJ has the family, she has everything that she wanted, and Gale is just resentful towards her. And like you say earlier, Ashley, the family dynamic here was really realistic. As somebody that came from a very, very close-knit family and has seen how that has changed and altered, particularly after people have passed away.
I do appreciate that they're just as dysfunctional as they are in the main universe, but in like in a completely different way.
Yeah.
It's kind of, it's different, but it's also similar because it's like MJ has the happy family. Gale kind of has the
not even miserable, but just like
in 616. Gale like has the kind of like
she's a
functional family, I guess.
Yeah, she was a single parent because her boyfriend
couldn't bother to wrap up.
but her boyfriend felt trapped, and that does happen, you know, in on both occasions. Sometimes women feel like they're trapped when it comes to having children too. So
and it's interesting that Gale is like, well, in this universe, Gale is like, well, I thought you could do better than Peter, but she's happy with Peter and the family they have. So it's a bizarro version of Gale's thing in 616, but in a more positive way. It's interesting.
Yeah. Well, and then even she sees how Peter is, and the little bit with not Peter and her and like her talking at Peter and like the orb just kind of just nodding his head.
Yo, making me some cinnamon rolls.
You know, to me, that felt like in rereading it, I went, that's what Peter would have done if Peter was actually standing there. He would have listened to her. He would have just let her vent, and because sometimes a closed mouth gathers no foot. And
what I do now that you're saying this, another thing though that I want more Peter in this, because I feel like just going forward, and I think overall, because I do feel like we've talked about this before, I still feel like I mean I know the guy, but I kind of don't. And it feels like I'm starting to, know everyone else a bit more than him, even though he's the main character.
I don't think this book will escape the allegation that this book is kind of relying on you kind of knowing Peter, at least to some point before there's like a divergence.
It's like if you know the movies, then you can kind of glean stuff from this book,
well,
or the cartoons or whatever, like.
Because Peter is such a cultural.
I still want to know the character. Like that's that's.
I want to see something happen at his job. I miss the Beagle staff.
Sure, it's like he's is he at the paper full time now? I can't remember.
I think so, because he and Ben and Jonas moved out their little tiff with girl boss Gwen. So.
Also, although I will say, I want to make it clear, I have said in the past somewhere that, like, the beauty of Spider-Man is you come for, the Peter and Spider-Man stuff and you stay for the supporting cast stuff. Mm-hmm. But I feel like we've kind of had this discussion lately where, like, sometimes about the supporting cast, sometimes there's too much of the supporting cast. And I don't know, I think right now it's kind of like, it's not too much, but it's leaning a bit more toward the supporting cast than it is toward Peter. And I would just kind of like to see a little more Peter, because sometimes I just worry, and I think I've said this before too, that like some writers aren't quite as interested in Peter as they are in the supporting cast. I don't know. It's just stuff to think about. And
so my thing is having read a lot, pretty much all of Spidey's history at this point. I'm literally through the Clone Saga, and I'm now about to start the post-Clone Saga pre-reboot era. So I have officially read almost all of Spider-Man's appearances in main continuity, outside of like miniseries, because the 90s were a wild time. But to me, this supporting cast, a lot of people have complained about the fact that they've been, kind of, because this was advertised as Peter Parker with a family, especially early, like late last year, early this year. And I feel like that
family
this issue is kind of the culmination of all that.
Yeah.
But to me, it is like an issue like this. I think we've been so spoiled with, ASM coming out twice a month.
Yeah.
Right. It's been happening since 2000 and.
Okay, Tevye, real quick. He says, I understand where Adam's coming from and I respect your opinion. However, the main Amazing Spider-Man book has completely dropped the ball. Okay, Tevye, I'm going to pitch a softball to you.
I don't disagree with that.
Pretend we are in an alternate universe, an ultimate universe, if you will, where this is the only book. You don't have ASM to compare it to. and I'm asking this in good faith, just let's operate under the assumption that we are in a universe where we do not have the shit fall of ASM to compare against Ultimate. Does that criticism that Adam has gain, lose, or remain neutral where it is with ASM not being present? And I'm not asking you to say, well, that's not the universe we live in. I'm asking you to kind of play under these conditions for a moment.
Yeah, I didn't read that either. So coming in on this and not reading any of the previous stuff, I like how it's going personally. I mean, I feel like the longer this book goes on, the more development and more background is going to happen in regards to him. So why not build up this universe? Because everybody already knows this book is about Spider-Man.
Right.
So that's my personal take on it. I
agree. I enjoy it, but I think a lot of people, I'm not going to name names here,
read it,
but
I mean, people want this to be the main book, and it's would this be a good flagship Spider-Man book? I'm not totally sure.
I think in some ways yes, and others no. But I think those things that are missing that would be in the main book are crucial to why the book works. Jonah and Ben not being in the main universe would, I think, be a huge detriment to this book. A lot of the interesting characters that aren't Peter and his immediate family are important to why this book is interesting.
Our Brokeback Bugle bisexual throuple.
Open marriage.
Especially now that the cougar is on the prowl, which is freaking Madeline.
They're one of the 8% of polyamorous couples that work.
I'm so happy. I love them so much. You made it through the year. That's all I care about.
I disagree that that Ultimate Spider-Man can exist on its own. I think within a certain degree of certainty, it can exist on its own because it operates in the Ultimate Universe. It's built on the back of Ultimate Invasion and Ultimate Black Panther and Ultimate X-Men.
I guess I just, how many people are
reading the other books?
Yeah, how many people I feel like a lot of people aren't reading the other Ultimate books. They're just reading this book. They may be like dipping their toes into some of the other ones, but are they staying with the other books?
But my point is that when we're saying this book is so much better than Amazing Spider-Man, I think that I don't want to say that's missing the forest for the trees, but my point is that this book isn't just what if Amazing Spider-Man was good. It exists in a completely different context. We need to treat it as a separate entity. If we just keep comparing it to ASM, then that's nothing.
To kind of dovetail on that,
it's definitely different because they're under.
It's definitely different because it's good.
Well, there's different editorial team that does help, but also the fact
I'm not saying that to slight low or whatever. I'm just saying these are Ultimate Spider-Man isn't part of the Spider-Man editorial team. It's part of the
Avengers office technically.
Essentially Avengers. So
well, and to me, what has been proven, I think, beyond a doubt is we've seen now, even with Slott and Spencer and everything, there has to be a clear vision of what you want to accomplish when it comes to ASM. And I think that what we're seeing here with USM is there's a very clear vision. And look, I agree with Exiles here. He said it earlier. It says, he said, it feels like year one is being written by someone who knows they have another couple of years on the book. So Peter taking a back seat in year one, if you get to 50 issues in total, isn't that bad. So
my hot take on this,
a bit impatient and probably spoiled from ASM being twice a month. But I mean, I've said it before, the book is decompressed, but it's also compressed. Every issue is its own story, and I do like that because we're not really getting that a lot these days, it seems. So,
and I get and whoa. You make a good point. I mean, it does. Peter's introduced as a character that you already know already. Like new Spider-Man movies assume the classic origin / Uncle Ben. If the MCU existed on its own, we'd be way more upset. And I kind of get that. And I get what you're saying. But we do. I mean, it is difficult to be able to completely divorce it from ASM, but I also think by comparing it constantly to Amazing, you're diminishing the uniqueness of what this is trying to be. And I think that it becomes this sort of flame war type thing. No pun intended, considering the new character that's being introduced in the Astonishing Spider-Man. That everything when it comes to talking about this book seems to just devolve into, well, ASM sucks, and that's why USM is good. And that's kind of a lazy argument, because it doesn't allow either book to stand on its own and be criticized rightfully for what makes them special or unique. And so when it comes to like talking about USM, we bring up ASM mainly because our chat does. You know,
it's in response.
It's in response to that, and we.
I mean, I've brought up ASM a few times, like during the Wells run.
Right.
I felt like I had to kind of compare the two, because it felt like this was a bit more balanced storytelling wise than ASM was, I thought, at the time over the past year.
Okay, so I think we're on two different pages. I think we're in agreement on the ASM comparison, and I understand that like Peter not being the sole focus. That said, I do think pacing has always been kind of a weird Hickman foible, I guess, for lack of a better term. Just because he's kind of always operated under the assumption that he will get his 50 issues. We see that problem in his Avengers run. We see it in East of West, kind of. We see it in Decorum. We're kind of seeing it over in Three Worlds, Three Moons, the Kickstarter project that he did on Substack, and we kind of saw it on X-Men because he had House and Powers, but he also had like his X-Men run, and then Inferno. That's for different reasons, but I think Hickman was going to assume he'd have like his whole arc.
And it goes back to like what makes a good run work.
And we are also operating under the assumption that this book doesn't have a dedicated shelf life. Like if depending on, obviously the Ultimate Universe has been like a smash hit. But how much mileage can you get out of this before it becomes apparent that it's too convoluted? In the same vein that like the original Ultimate Universe had, where it started out as like a relatively fresh, clean reboot of the main universe. Yeah. Even putting aside, I don't think they did a good job with like the stuff outside of Ultimate Spider-Man. There's all sorts of problems with X-Men, of Ultimates, all that stuff.
You go back and read Ultimates, like the Ultimates from Mark Millar. As beautiful of a book as it is, because Ryan Hitch was just killing it.
Not to sound like a cringe lord, but it is very problematic.
It is
borderline offensive.
Well, it's very indicative of its time, and it's very much a response to what was going on at the time. But it's also, especially from an Americana standpoint, it's very kind of like, bro, you're a Scottish person that's trying to use the mouthpieces of like these classic American characters to try to tell a very politicized story that kind of does not work. Now, without that, we don't get Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury, so it does have its place in history, but because it did a lot of casting as like Hitch was casting his Avengers, and it's very done in a cinematic style. Yeah. But like, it's really hard to read in modern eyes.
To take it back to my point, though, that I'm not sure this
isn't 10 years. This isn't a 10-year book. Nothing is guaranteed that these days.
Yeah, Halo Infinite was promised to be 10 years, and we got 3 years of that.
I'm just saying, with all due respect, I like, you can't. And the thing is, like, a lot of, Neil's saying like, oh, Hickman thinks he's going to get his 50 issues, and it's like, even that's not guaranteed. Nothing is ever guaranteed in this industry these days like that. So
this has been a very, but I think once the maker is defeated, assuming he is defeated at the end of the 2-year thing, we are operating under the very generous assumption that it will continue after the maker is defeated, assuming he is defeated.
Yeah, and there's the 1 year later. I haven't read that yet.
It's really good.
So, and if you want us to talk a little bit more about it, like Ultimates, like not on the show and want us to, maybe Neil and I to kind of do that, and we want to do more exclusive stuff, we've talked about possibly doing that on Patreon. So let us know.
And I do have someone that I want to bring on the show. I'm working on drafting a request and then forwarding it to Marvel PR.
Yeah.
So we've got some things. And so since this is the last live stream of the year, I did want to kind of be reflective. And Ashley, I know you may have to dip out here in a minute, but a couple of things that I wanted to say. First of all, I want to thank everybody that's on this particular stream. You guys have been such a huge part of what we've done. Neil and Adam obviously been here for the last 4 years, and it's been so rising from the ashes of despair, so to speak, is what kind of the story of Spideydude experience. And but getting to do it our way and having the input that I've had from you guys has been so invaluable, and I am so thankful. And then I look at Ashley, and I've known, like we've said, I've known Ashley for decades now, which makes us both feel old. And I am thankful for the perspective that she brings. I'm thankful for her insight and also just, providing a voice that none of us, the rest of us, could provide. I wish that Javi was here, but unfortunately, and Josh, because Javi has always been one of the most thoughtful individuals that I've ever podcasted with, and I always appreciate his perspective on things. And Josh, just the joy he has and he brings to the table. The Canadian bliss maker.
He really does. I give him crap about being Canadian sometimes, but he's just been so awesome. And such a joy. And to Walter and Vinkman, you guys are, VIPs for a reason on our Patreon, awesome. And I'm super thankful. I am thankful for the voicemails, because I keep that voicemail line alive, and for a while I was like, I don't know why I keep doing this. But now, you guys leaving voicemails, so everybody is it's just this year we've done, just to pull up my document for a second, we've done almost, not quite weekly, but for a while we were almost weekly. And
also, I just wanted to
it was more weekly this year than it ever was before, I would say.
Yeah.
I just wanted to point out that our growth this year has been insane. I believe we have passed double our sub count that we had when we started the year off. I believe we are well past double our sub count. And our strange and funky goal this year is going forward, we'll lay this out in a later video, is to try and meet that same growth metric next year.
Yeah, absolutely. We've done the numbers behind the scenes have been, we've doubled plus, and on sub count, on downloads, on everything, and things like Voices from the Eyrie. I mean, in July they did a full fan panel in a venue that could house 1,000 people, and they were at capacity for that panel. The fact that we were able to live stream that panel here on the channel, as well as them doing the panel itself, our association with Greg has been very fruitful. Greg,
my work it was used for Khan's backdrop. That's fucking insane.
Yeah, which is just nuts. I mean, we did like 37 episodes, I think, this year, not including the upcoming episode, plus like another 15 about eight or nine, I'm sorry, of Make My Mayday, not including the other videos, like the news videos and stuff like that. So like, we have done a lot of work this year, and I just want to say thank you to Neil for the visual aids. It has been such a huge boon. people are noticing the work, and I can't.
Yeah, we had Eskiner asking the Discord server, "It's wrong, Zach. The thumbnail is wrong."
Oh, I know,
because I hadn't made the thumbnail for 8 Deaths yet.
For ASM yet, but yeah, because it showed last Ultimate because I was pulling that up, but to make my Mayday podcast, we're transitioning from being just a review show and a history podcast in that regard to now we're going to be talking about Spider-Girl and media, and so that's going to be an interesting dynamic and different conversation that we're going to have, and getting to peel back those things about the MC2 that we haven't touched upon yet, and our growth has just been incredible. I mean,
both in numbers and as people.
Yeah, I genuinely enjoy coming on and talking about comics with everybody on the show. Paul as well, doing stuff with Comic Binge as well. And I didn't quite get to my goal of 6 interviews this year, but next year I'm going to hit that. We're going to try to get Greg back on to talk about the first year of Spec Spider-Man and kind of preview the next year and see what's going forward. I know Voices is going to get back on track because they kind of were
there was an illness thing. I don't know.
Yeah, there was a lot of behind the scenes stuff after the stuff in July that just didn't allow them to record as many times as they wanted to. Partly also, Greg's getting busier. There's a ton of Gargoyle stuff that's coming down the pike that I am aware of.
And also he's writing for Marvel again, or not Marvel again, but he's doing Spec, so
yeah. And that's I think he's probably on issue 16 or 17 at this point. So Marvel's been very happy with the response of Spec Spider-Man. I know some people don't love that book, and I get it. But Marvel's very happy, and so therefore it's going to continue to be published. The fact that we've done so much stuff this year is just. If you had told me this at the end of the year last year, I wouldn't have believed you. And it is a testament to everybody on this call, everybody that's in the comments section. Thank you. And I just wanted to take that moment and that time to acknowledge it. So the schedule for release moving forward. So I'll get all the audio editions done before the end of the year. And then we're going to have on the 30th is going to be the Slot Symposium big time episode. And then on the 31st, my plan, fingers crossed, I'll have it finished, is my top 10 list of Marvel Legends for 2024, which bookends the year because the first video of the year this year was the 2023.
And at some point, this hell video I'm working on for ranking the tier list for Spider-Man 2 costumes, that's like a 2-hour recording. I'm still cutting it down to size. I haven't even gotten to the sound editing and graphics yet. This is a hell video because 1, I'm doing Zach's graphics work. 2, I'm getting commissioned as an artist now, which is insane. I'm doing graphic design for Josh and his company.
Yeah,
just this hasn't been at the top of my to-do list, and every time I look at it, I'm like, oh my god, it's 2 hours long. I don't want to do this anymore.
that tier list, we knew it was going to be ambitious based on the scope of how many variations of the costumes there were.
And I am hoping that we get that motherfucker out before Spider-Man 2 releases on PC. And that will factor into our production plans going into 2025, the release of Spider-Man 2. I plan to have a bit more continual presence with Marvel Rivals once I figure out how the fuck to use Spider-Man, because I haven't figured that out yet.
And things like reporting more on cons and stuff like that. Like we have some very ambitious plans, I think, for 2025. And
if I can go to Comic Palooza next year, I plan on doing it.
Well, we can go together. I know the Pop Culture Con in March here in Houston is going to be. I've already bought my ticket, so I'm definitely going. I bought that as a part of. I got the ticket by getting a signed copy of What If 105 from Tom DeFalco. So like they gave that to me for free, since like DeFalco was like the featured guest at that con I went to. Besides Romita Jr., I want to get Romita Jr. on. That is one that I am actively chasing. So Romita Jr. hopefully next year we'll get him on. And who knows, maybe Nick Lowe, which would be a fun interview and an interesting.
That would be insane to get Lowe.
Just because, I mean, I'm shooting for the moon. Why the not, right? And so, yeah. So to a great 2024 as we turn the page. I hope to echo some of what Walter said. I hope you guys get together with your families and your friends, and you have a wonderful holiday season. Be safe out there. Don't drink and drive. Hopefully everybody comes through at one piece. It's my birthday in a couple of weeks, so I get to turn 37.
Oh, hey, it's Stan Lee. He gets to turn.
Well, he's dead, but yes, he was. I think turned 101.
He gets to turn dead.
Yeah, he would have been 10. I think he would have been 101. I think this year. So,
all right, let's roll the outro. Let's again thank
before you guys do. I'm saying something. I just want to thank you guys in this group for making me feel super welcome and amazing, like doing this, and everybody in the chat. And just being so welcoming to me and this whole experience this year. So, yeah, you guys are my family. So,
you're welcome, buddy. Congratulations to your sister on her engagement.
Yeah. When did that happen?
Damn, I give a heartfelt freaking moment, and this is what I get. Never again.
We love you.
One and done. You had it. You lost it. Broken. Bye.
Okay, love you, Ash. Thank you for coming.
No. Hang on. No. Let me respond to Ashley. I'm so glad you feel welcomed, because I know how nervous you were this time last year when we were first talking about doing this. And the fact that just seeing how much you've grown in this role, it has been such a pleasure. And you are one of my dearest friends, and I adore you to pieces. And I am so glad that you're with me on this journey and with the rest of us on this journey, and that you feel safe and welcome and continue to blossom. So it's awesome to see.
Roll it.
All right.
I'm trying to say something.
I ruined it. I tried to fix it.
He tried to fix it, but he fumbled.
In
fairness, I fumbled too. But I didn't try to recover, so that makes it better.
Okay.
This is what I said. This is literally like a family, and I love you, a-hole, so much. So roll the outro.
All right.
Hey,
before we get out of here,
fuck.
What?
I'm trying to roll the credits, and it won't let me.
Adam, do you have any final thoughts before we actually roll the real credits?
That's a good question.
How do you define questions?
I mean, it was a great year, and I hope that next year is just as good, if not better. How about that?
There we
Definitely
go. All right.
Better.
And with that, let's roll the outro. We got to thank our patrons over at patreon.com/Spideydude Network. They are the engine that helps drive this bus. And we got to thank them as always. I'm going to thank everybody since it's the end of the year podcast. So we got Allison, Cindy, Ed, Eric, Georgia, Greg, Janelle, Jessica, Joyce, Catherine, Kale, Laura, Howard, Lump Moose, Master Drammond, Phoenician, RJ, Vanessa, Vicky. These are all our sensational tier patrons that are $5 and up. We have our spectacular patrons, the $15 and up tier. We have Sarah and Tara. Thank you guys for your support. We've got our friendly neighborhoods here. Greg, Lisa, Ultimate Fangirl.exe, Keegar, Joey, and Alex as our friendly neighborhood tier, the $1 and up tier. And we have our VIPs, Walter, Vinkman, and Scott McGraw. Thank you guys for your support over on the Patreon page, patreon.com. So if you have not checked out our other fine shows, check out the Salby Sema Era podcast, which is covering the Maximum Carnage storyline. You'll hear my dulcet tones in a couple of weeks as we go through that particular storyline.
We've got more Voices from the Eyrie will be coming out. We have, I think, one episode that's in the can that will come out before the end of the year, and then they will be back in February. So thanks to the Voices from the Eyrie crew. And of course, we have Books of X, which Neil and I need to sit down and record more of. Also, the fun stuff on Patreon, such as the Spider-Man Unlimited cartoon reviews, which are going to be coming at you guys in 2025. And finally, the Vault series of shows, Amazing Spider-Man Classics, Clone Saga Chronicles, and Spectacular Radio. And of course, Make Mine Mayday, the show all about Mayday and her world, will be returning with a review of Cross the Spider-Verse between me and Kelly. We just recently watched it and took notes, and we're going to kind of talk a lot about it. Neil was there, and Vinkman showed up too, so we're going to have a lot of fun with that. And so with that, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and thank you for watching us. If you have not already followed us on the social medias, follow us on at Spideydude Radio on Twitter /X, Facebook /Instagram at Spideydude Network, Spideydude Official on Instagram. And then if you have not already, if you're listening to the audio edition and you have not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, Spideydude Radio Network on YouTube. And of course, you can leave us a voicemail like we got earlier, the voicemails we got earlier, 818-925-6631. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. And we'll see you next time, next year. Well, technically on the channel, you'll see us with the Slot Symposium, but we'll see you live next year in 2025.